Love that little bass riff right there. Let's flip this camera around. Let's look at... Hey, Laura. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Today is episode 37 of the Nooner. Next week we're going to break the 40 mark. That's fantastic. That's pretty exciting for me too. I love the fact that I'm pushing 40 of these bad boys, right? Welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Episode 37 of the Nooner. Thank you for the likes and the restreams in advance, everybody. Today we're going to be looking at how to handle the urge to quit. And as we hang out a little bit and wait for some people to show up, let's just think about that for a second. Everybody's got it, right? You want to stop, you want to give up, you want to throw in the towel, you want to quit. You know that ain't the right thing to do right now. So you don't, how do you thing to do right now? So you don't, how do you, now what? What do I do? There's a push, it's a pull, it's a struggle. How do we handle the urge to quit? So let's dig into this, shall we? All right, everybody. Hey, welcome. Thank you for being here. My name is David Bradley. I am your host of the Nooner, where every weekday, Monday through Friday, I'm dropping in here at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, noonish. And I'm going to drop a noontime nugget about either sales, business, or life. And I've got a good one for you today. If you were on the Nooner yesterday, I talked about what I'm going to give you is a trigger. Don't do it, Jose says. Don't quit. Keep pushing. That's right. We're going to talk a lot about that today, okay? And what I'm going to give you is a trigger that you can literally use, that you can plant in your brain, that literally when you feel like quitting, this thing goes off and gets you to go that extra mile. Did you like that idea? So let me introduce myself to you while we're here. My name is David Bradley. I'm a sales and marketing manager with Grant Cardone. I work for Cardone Training Technologies. We go into companies and we help increase production 15 to 30% by helping find and then handle missed opportunities. So if you've got a business, big, small, medium size, what have you, if you feel like there's opportunity out there that may be slipping out, I'll show you how to pick it up without adding any additional revenue in terms of, or spend on advertising. You like that idea? Yeah, okay, me too. So I'll show you how we do that in companies. You can get me at 310-777-0352 or send an email out, david@grantcardone.com. Another thing about me is I am the author of a book called How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. I smoked cigarettes for just over 15 years, about a pack and a half a day. I tried relentlessly to quit and could not. Tried everything that was available at that time. Okay. Couldn't do it. Finally figured out a way to do it, and at the end I thought, hey, this worked for me, and if it worked for me because it was impossible, it's going to work for somebody else. So I took my experience of learning how to stop smoking, not quitting. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Took that process, turned it into a book. You can get more information on that at stopdon'tquit.com or check it out on amazon.com, How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. Third thing for me is I'm the founder of a hashtag called Rich Man's Gym. This is soon to be a book, my second book on home-based strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. So digging into today's topic, it is how to handle the urge to quit. I'm going to look at what quitting is, what it is not, and when you feel like throwing in the towel, what you can do. I'm going to give you a trigger that you can use that will immediately flip you back around and get you, as Jose mentioned earlier, to not do it and to keep pushing. So, you ready? Because I'm ready. It's Friday, Yeah. All right, cool. So basically me, I'm in the help business. And let's think about this for a second. What are some common traits? And if you know some answers or you got some ideas on this, throw this out to me. I'd love to get some comments down below. What, in your opinion, is a common trait of a winner? Not a loser, but what are some things that all winners have in common? Leave me a couple comments down below while I talk about this. What is it that all winners do? What makes a winner? And, I know, Jose, you work for Avocare, and the slogan over there is, we build champions. Okay, so what is it that makes a winner? What makes a champion? What are some of those common traits? I'll bet Laura's got some insight on that as well. what I'm going to give you today is that trait that the winner has, that all winners have, that is literally, if you can get this, right, if you can somehow let it resonate with you, let it click on you, and you incorporate this into your life and into your world, it could very well catapult you to a completely different level of success. And this just isn't success in terms of your business. This is success in life. This isn't success in sales, success in business and in life, which is really what the Nooner is about, is how to have more of that. So, for example, there are some really, really talented dudes down in Venice Beach at the basketball courts down there, shooting hoop next to the beach. Like NBA caliber talent down there. But the question that I've always had, and it always boggles my mind, is why are they down here shooting hoop at Venice Beach and not over at the Staples Center? Like, what is that all about? What separates these guys here who clearly have what it takes? Why are they down there? What's missing, right? What is the difference between them and, say, I don't know, Kobe? So that's what I'm looking for. And since we're on the subject, what is it that separates a guy like Kobe or Michael Jordan from the rest? Every one of these guys, I don't know. I couldn't tell you another name of a Laker right now because I'm not that big of a b-ball fan. But I know who Kobe is. Why is that? What did Kobe do to where I know who Kobe Bryant is, but if you put a gun to my head right now, I couldn't name another active Laker? Why would a politician drop out of a race early? Quit. What is it that makes a quitter? So when we look at the difference between somebody who is successful to a level of Kobe Bryant versus somebody who isn't, what is that? So I want to break down the word quit for you guys. You look this up in the dictionary, and what do you have? Well, it's a verb, okay? We break down words on the Nooner because the more understanding you have of a word, even something as simple as quit, like you think you know what quit means, but do you, right? So it's a verb, and it means to, number one, to cease from doing something. Number two, to give up or resign one's job or position. And then in italics here in the dictionary it says, he keeps threatening to quit. You know anybody like that? One more time, I'm out of here, man. Okay. The third thing is to depart or leave. Number four, fourth part of it is to stop trying, struggling, or the like. Accept or acknowledge defeat. The fourth definition of quit, to accept or acknowledge defeat. Okay? So, what is the opposite of quit? Well, there's some really cool words when you look at the opposite of quit. It says allow. It says begin, continue, enter, join, stay, arrive, come, income, complete, do, finish, persevere, remain. Okay, these are the opposite words of quit. And I like these. So now, let's ask, how do we quit? And when do we quit? Because everybody does. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, at some point, sometime, you're going to quit. We're going to quit on a client. We're going to quit on a phone call. We're going to quit on making that phone call. We're going to quit on asking one more time. We're going to quit trying something. We may not even start. We quit before we even start sometimes. We quit on a workout. We quit on a relationship. We quit on ourselves. You know? And as I was putting these notes together, just popped into my head, so maybe it's popping into yours. Is there ever a good time to quit? Like if you're thinking, well, what about an abusive relationship or smoking or a bad habit, any bad habit, or a job that is going absolutely nowhere. Wouldn't it make sense to quit that? No. No, it wouldn't. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you a quote from the boss man, Grant Cardone. There is no failure until you quit. I'll say it again. There is no failure until you quit. Quitting implies failure. It implies that you failed, that you are failing, and that you are a failure. So nobody likes to quit anything. Even something that's not good for you. Even something that directly impedes your success or your survival. Like smoking or a toxic relationship. Any toxic relationship. That's with a human being. That's with a chemical substance. That's with a habit or a behavior. And this is why in my book, that's why the name of my website is Stop, Don't Quit. You just stop smoking. You don't quit smoking because quitting has all these negative connotations. Nobody likes a quitter, right? So let's just say you're a boxer, right? You're a fighter. You're in the ring. You've gone 9 rounds, okay? And you are at your breaking point and the referee stops the fight. Wouldn't you rather that happen than not even answer the bell at the start of the 9th round? To throw in the towel? If the towel's getting thrown in, it better be by my coach. Not me. I ain't throwing in a towel. I ain't quitting. Right? How many movies have we seen where that guy says that? I ain't quitting. I ain't quitting, man. Right? So there's negativity behind quitting. So I say don't quit anything. Okay? If you're in a dysfunctional relationship, stop. And when I say relationship, I'm not talking about, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, really. Any relationship. Business, substance. Right? I mean, look, cigarettes is a relationship. I know. I smoked for 15 years. Addiction is a relationship. It's a bad one, but it's a relationship nonetheless. So anytime you're in a bad relationship, don't quit. Stop. Big difference. So when you are doing something positive, something that feeds your survival, something that adds to the quality and the wellness of your life, and you feel like quitting, what do? Because it doesn't make sense to quit because it's a good thing. Why would you stop? So what if you had a cue or a trigger or a little reminder? So like you get the urge to quit, bing, this thing goes off, and you're like, hey, I can go a little bit further now. How would you like that? Because that was given to me a few years ago, 2009. I got this. Made a huge impact on all of my life. I'm going to share it with you in a second. Because look, real success is about going that extra mile. It's about going beyond, hey, thank you for the restreams. It's about going beyond where you think your limit is. It's that extra mile. What's another thing Grant says? Go the extra mile. Why? There's nobody on it. Lots of open space out there in the extra mile. So look, when all those other Lakers whose names I don't know are sleeping, Kobe's practicing. And if you don't believe me, pick up a book by Tim Grover named Relentless. He'll prove that to you. Okay? So there's a mindset out there that you can employ immediately to take you from the urge to quitting to the extra mile. It's literally the transition from quit to extra mile. So here's where I learned it. 2009, February, I am at a Russian kettlebell certification workshop. It's a weekend-long, grueling workshop. Very, very physically demanding. And if you're not prepared going into it, you will not make it. And on Saturday, right before lunch, we're going to do this workout called the Vo2max Workout. And the guy that's going to lead the workout is a man named Mark Rifkin, who is he's wise beyond his years. And he is very, very smart and, like I said, very wise. And I look up to him a lot. He's a really good guy. So he's going to lead us through this workout. And basically what happens in this workout is you're going to do a kettlebell snatch, which is where you take a kettlebell from the ground overhead in one quick, swift movement, just like an Olympic snatch, but we're doing this for repetitions, and we're going to do a high volume of it. 15 seconds of kettlebell snatches. Set the bell down. You got 15 seconds to rest, and we're going to pick it up with the opposing hand, and we're going to repeat that for another 15 seconds, as many reps as you can get in that 15-second period, somewhere between 6 and 8. And we're just going to do that, and we're going to do it over and over and over and over and over again. And at some point, Mark's going to let us stop. About 20 minutes of this. And he's preparing us mentally to take this challenge. And in the course of this thing, he says, he drops this nugget. He says, at some point during this workout, you're going to want to quit. You're going to want to stop. You're going to want to give up. But I'm going to tell you that Mark does hot yoga, Bikram yoga. He says, I'm going to give you a quote from Bikram Choudhury, who's invented hot yoga. I'm going to give you the thing that's going to keep you going through this workout, that's going to help you finish this workout. And he says, the pose does not begin until you want to get out of it. So I'm going to say that again. The pose does not begin until you want to get out of it. So if you know anything about yoga, just imagine being in a yoga pose, and you're going to hold that pose for a while. And if it's hot yoga, then you're in a 93-degree room with a bunch of other people sweating, suffering. And he says the pose does not begin until you want to get out of it. So let's bring that into real life. Let's take this out of the yogi situation and put this into like real sales business life. Okay, so if you go back to that adage about, hey, if everything was easy, everyone would have it, right? Everyone would have it. They'd do it. They'd own it if it was easy, right? So this is where the extra mile kicks in. That is your octane booster. Right as you feel like you want to quit, just recognize that now the real work started. Everything up to this point was easy. Now you want to quit. You want to stop. You want to give up. Throw in the towel. Now the work started. If you're in the gym, what's the rep that counts? Right? That's what they say in bodybuilding. It's not the first rep, it's the last one. If I went every day and did one push-up, what happens? Okay? But if every day I do enough push-ups to where I'm almost at my limit, and I push a little bit past that, I go that extra mile, and I do that every single day, completely different outcome, wouldn't you agree? So your workout doesn't begin until you really want to stop. So when you go to the gym, right, you're like, oh man, I'm done. Your workout just started. Push past the urge to quit. That is the extra mile. And again, nobody is on it. So if you're in business, when you feel like not making another phone call, make another phone call. Because there's real growth in that extra call. There's real development in that extra call. The last 50 that you just made, they don't mean anything at this point in terms of your growth and your development because they were easy. Right? But it's Friday. It's 4:50. Day's over. No, it's not. There's 10 minutes left. Make another call. That's where the growth is. Jose says, boom. Okay? That's where Kobe lives. That's where greatness lives. Okay? The pose does not begin until you want to get out of it. So the next time you feel like quitting something that's good for you, stick around just a little bit longer. Watch what happens. Try one more time. Take another swing. Take another shot. Because truly, as Grant said earlier, there is no failure until you quit. So that's your nooner today. Did that help? Got me pumped up. I love talking about that stuff. Great nuggets, Jose says. Hands up. Good, thank you. Appreciate that. So, that's your nooner. The pose does not begin until you want to get out of it, okay? Tweet out to me what you got from that. How is that going to help you into your weekend? How are you going to apply that into your week next week? All right, it's Friday. You got if it's a weekend thing, you got 2 days now to sit there and absorb that and figure out, hey, how do I plug this into the rest of my world? Okay. Monday, we are going to be looking at 4 tips for earning your buyer's trust. I think we need some music, don't you? As we wrap up episode 37 of the Nooner, I want to thank everybody for being here and hanging out with me. Appreciate the comments, the favors, the restreams. I'm really enjoying doing this. Hopefully you guys are getting something out of it too. Hey, Sunday, extra credit. I'm going to be doing, there's a full lunar eclipse about 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to stream it from my deck. I think that's going to be pretty cool. So if you're not going to be around where you're going to see it, feel free to tune in Sunday night. Jose says, hey, let's make some calls and get this day on fire. Damn right, let's burn the place down. Let's add some wood. All right? This has been your Nooner. I'm David Bradley. I'm your host. We will see you Monday where we're going to talk about 4 tips for earning your buyer's trust. Have a great weekend. See you Sunday night, maybe. I'm David Bradley.